Coming up on today's Airborne, a conversation with AOPA President and CEO Mark Baker, part one of the long-awaited three-part interview. Talk of privatization is reappearing, and nobody's happy about that. And Eclipse Aerospace is finally ready to unveil the Eclipse 550 jet. Welcome to Airborne and Aero-TV. Well, as you may have guessed, I'm Jim Campbell. I'm not Ashley Hale. Ashley's actually getting married in a couple of hours, and we wish her just all the happiness in the world. And we've even given her a few days off, but just a few. In the meantime, we'll be updating on the major stories of the week as they occur. We may wind up doing one or two stories a day. We may wind up on a regular schedule. We really don't know. It just depends, frankly, on what's happening here. But we'll get back to a regular schedule as soon as Ashley gets back from her honeymoon. That's if she gets back from her honeymoon. But in the meantime, let's get back to business. First of all, we did complete our interview, a long-awaited interview with Mark Baker. We all know that the AOPA's new head man is a guy that we didn't hear a whole lot about initially, but he's a pilot with a corporate business management background, but we really don't know what his plans are for AOPA, and most important, what are the plans for the membership. Our first in-depth interview with Mark Baker took a little bit over 30 minutes, and instead of asking him the questions we wanted to, over the course of the last week, we asked you what you wanted to ask him, and those were the questions we put forth. You can catch part one of our interview with Mark Baker in Wednesday's Aero-News. You can catch part two on Thursdays and part three on Fridays. We hope it provides some answers to the questions everybody's been asking. As Congress dithers about the federal budget and in anticipation of cuts to the FAA, stakeholders are again starting to talk about removing the U.S. air traffic control system from government control and moving it to private or semi-private management. More than 30 industrialized nations have privatized their air traffic control systems, and such a move could shield the ongoing development and implementation of NextGen from political maneuvering. Elected officials from both parties have expressed concerns about the slow pace of the implementation of NextGen. Paul Rinaldi, president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, said at a conference on NextGen last June that we should have had this discussion, but we don't have the answers. I do know that the current system is broken. NACA has previously been strongly opposed to such a move. You're watching Airborne. More in a moment.
Since its inception, Redbird Flight Simulations has been dedicated to developing new training technologies and processes in an ongoing effort to make aviation safer, more affordable, and more accessible. Consider Redbird's flagship flight training device, the FMX, a superior quality, full-motion, feature-rich advanced aviation training device priced with real-world flight training organizations in mind. With standard features that are anything but standard, such as wraparound visuals, a fully enclosed cockpit, quick change configurations, scenario-based training compatibility, and of course, an electric motion platform, the FMX serves up a level of realism that is simply unavailable in other training devices on the market. For more information on Redbird flight simulations, the Redbird FMX, and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulations.com. Welcome back.
If you'd like to suggest a story for Airborne, Aero-TV, our website, or our podcast, please drop an email to news-spy@aero-news.net. Well, the folks at SpaceX are staying really busy. With its claim of being the only operational vehicle capable of taking significant amounts of cargo both to and from the International Space Station, SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft is already a critical piece of the American space program. With at least 10 more station resupply missions over the next couple of years, and with the development of a human-rated Dragon and Dragon Lab underway, production of the Dragon spacecraft has increased significantly. No other American company is mass-producing spacecraft at the same rate. To accommodate a higher production rate, the facility's manufacturing footprint is more than doubled to almost 1 million square feet. SpaceX produces more rocket engine than any other U.S. manufacturer, and the SpaceX factory is one of the largest manufacturing facilities in California, large enough to fit 2 complete Falcon 9s end-to-end along the short length of the building. With a floor plan designed around mass production, the factory is already set up to eventually achieve a pace of 40 cores annually. Eclipse Aerospace has announced that the first production Eclipse 550 twin-engine jet will be on display at the 2013 NBAA convention in Las Vegas, Nevada from October 22nd to October 24th. The new Eclipse 550 adds a standard equipment, dual WAAS LPV GPS receivers, XM weather, anti-skid brakes, Jeppesen tall approach plates, a dual and redundant channel FMS, and a new independent standby display. Options like synthetic vision and enhanced vision provide an unprecedented level of situational awareness for the pilot, while auto throttles, an industry first by the way in the light jet market, will reduce pilot workloads. A new premium interior and an improved air conditioning system ensure a comfortable flight. Customers are also offered the option of choosing a custom paint scheme to further personalize their jet aircraft. Two Pratt & Whitney 610F jet engines power the Eclipse 550, giving it the ability to fly to altitudes of 41,000 feet at a max cruise of 430 miles per hour, all while consuming less than 60 gallons per hour, making the Eclipse 550 reportedly the most fuel-efficient twin-engine jet in production today. The Eclipse 550 is designed to be flown single-pilot, can be equipped with 6 forward-facing seats, and includes a 3-year tip-to-tail warranty. Well, folks, under normal circumstances, I'd be doing barnstorming right about now, but this is one of those times when that feature and the news are one and the same. I regret to report that the NAA has wasted an amazing and valuable opportunity, well, an obligation even, to honor an American legend. Marion Blakey, a no question a deserved person, will receive the 2013 Wright Memorial Trophy despite the massive endorsement of numerous associations and high-profile aviation citizens on behalf of Mr. Hoover. While I have an exceptional opinion of Ms. Blakey, one of the finest FAA admins ever, and frankly a very easy person to talk to and work with, and I have no doubt that she'd be so honored at some point, I don't know how many years we'll have in which such an accolade might be possible while Bob's in a position to truly appreciate it, and appreciate the love, honor, respect this community has for this exceptional flyer. I'm disappointed in NAA in the process put forth for the Wright Memorial Trophy, and truly believe that they've squandered an extraordinary opportunity to not only do the right thing, but to respect the wishes of what appears to be most of the aviation community. I respectfully protest the decision, ask for reconsideration, and feel that even Ms. Blakey, who has a better sense of aviation history than any 100 people I know in this business, especially after living through some of aviation's most tumultuous moments, would understand why this year's award should belong to Mr. Hoover in recognition of his heroic service to a grateful nation and an even more grateful aviation community. I don't know of any living aviator who deserves this consideration more at this time. Period. What say you? In the last 2 days since we started talking about this, I've received over 2,100 emails. With the exception of one which is kind of on the fence, they all basically say, yeah, give it to Bob. He not only deserves it, but it's about time. We quite agree. Okay, folks, as noted, Airborne will be on a different schedule for the next 2 weeks. We'll be hosting a series of updates as required by breaking and other important news while Ashley's away. But you can always get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at www.aero-news.net. Please remember that Airborne is streamed twice weekly under normal circumstances and is always online. When we return to a normal schedule in a few days, you can join us every Tuesday and Friday for a new edition of Airborne. I'm Jim Campbell. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.